Dear President Emeritus, the University of South Carolina Board of Trustees, April 22nd, 2025, Myron Gaines, the host of Fresh and Fit, visited the university on the Russell House patio. I do not see how this speaker benefits any demographic on this campus. This rhetoric is harmful to women.
See, that's the problem, because they can't speak up, stupid. And she's sitting here saying, oh, well, yeah, I don't see how, like, him being there will benefit anybody. Yeah, you don't, because people are silenced and can't talk about this. That is precisely why people like me have to go to these universities and provide the pushback, because the men that are on campus, guess what? They can't talk. So this girl crashed out and wrote a letter to the university because of my speech. Bro, this is hilarious. Yo, these college students are such bitches.
South Carolina President and Board of Trustees. Dear President Emeritus, the University of South Carolina Board of Trustees, donors, faculty and staff, and my fellow students. I am deeply saddened and disappointed by the continuous approval of visits from conservative right-wing activists on this campus. According to the Inclusive Excellence page on the official University of South Carolina website, the university claims, the University of South Carolina values inclusive excellence. Our campus community can truly thrive only when those of all backgrounds and experiences are welcomed and respected. Due to the continued welcoming of such activists on our campus, I and many of my peers do not feel welcomed or respected.
See, this is why, do you guys see now why I say all the time that, like, we can't put women in positions of power? Like, dude, if you don't think the way that they think, they automatically get offended, triggered, want to silence you. Like, these bitches don't understand the First Amendment. They really don't. They really don't. It's really fucking embarrassing. Incredible, man. And the fact that she recorded herself doing this stupid-ass video, thinking that she's intelligent, like, this is the problem. This is why guys like me, right, need to go to these college campuses and tell these women how stupid they are. Really. Crazy.
I want to begin by stating the difference between free speech and hate speech.
Let's see what she's going to say on this one.
According to the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. If this is what you claim to be achieving during these visits, then you have succeeded. There is an amount of respect given for free speech and the opinions these groups invoke within the student body. However, according to the American Library Association, hate speech includes any form.
Who gives a fuck about the American Library Association? Are you fucking stupid, bitch? What? So you go from the Constitution, which is what the forefathers literally crafted to escape the tyranny of England, right? Dudes traversed the Atlantic Ocean, battled scurvy, died during these voyages. And as soon as they get to American land, what did they do? All right, we made it. We need to go ahead and make some laws in this bitch. What's the first law? Up so that we can speak freely. All right. What's the second law? We need to probably have guns so that we can continue to speak freely. All right, let's do it. So the first two amendments, literally, are the protection of free speech and then being able to protect it physically through firearms. This bitch is trying to compare the U.S. Constitution to the American Library Association. What the fuck is the American Library Association? What is this? Professional organizations company? The American is a nonprofit organization based in the United States that promotes libraries and library education internationally. It is the oldest and largest library association in the world. What? Yo, do you guys see now why I say college students are fucking retards? Holy shit. She goes from the U.S. Constitution, which is what our forefathers constructed, and she's trying to put that in the same sentence as the American Library Association's definition of hate speech. Fucking incredible. Incredible how stupid people are. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what this bimbo's got to say. We'll hear her out. But I find it incredible that she's literally, like, goes from the U.S. Constitution to the American Library Association, a random non-for-profit.
Association, hate speech includes any form of expression through which speakers intend to vilify, humiliate, or incite hatred against a group or a class of persons on the basis of race, religion, skin color, sexual identity, gender identity, ethnicity, disability, or national origin. I believe the messaging from the Uncensored America chapter at the University of South Carolina and their guests align with this definition.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and say that that aligns with your definition of the American Library Association. Who cares? Okay? They're not an authority over the Constitution, you stupid bitch. What the fuck? This is American education, chat. This is where we stand. You guys wonder why so many of these college students are fucking retards? Because of shit like this. This girl literally pulls out her phone, says, I'm gonna record myself and give a statement. And she's reading from like a prompter, so she actually wrote this down, thinking, yeah, I'm gonna get this guy. The American Library Association, their definition of hate speech aligns with what this guy Myron Gaines was saying at this Uncensored America event. Let me use this. But she stupidly referenced the Constitution first, which supersedes the definition from a private fucking company that isn't like what, NGO, whatever the fuck. They're all funnel shells anyway. But the point I'm trying to make is you can't talk about the Constitution and then go ahead and talk about the American Library Association. The two, it doesn't. Wow, what an idiot.
Yesterday, April 22nd, 2025, Myron Gaines, the host of Fresh and Fit, visited the university on the Russell House patio. The tagline for this visit was "Why Women Deserve Less." I believe the intent of this man and his team was to undermine and devalue women on this campus. The timeline page on the university website says, in 1893, the state legislature mandated that women be allowed to enroll. Now, only 132 years later, women who study and strive for academic excellence continue to be undermined by this university. I do not see how this speaker benefits any demographic on this campus. This rhetoric is harmful to women.
See, that's the problem, because they can't speak up, stupid. The reason why you can't see how it doesn't benefit anybody on campus is because they can't talk about this stuff, dumbass. Because they know that retards like you are going to film themselves speaking in their room, trying to compare the American Constitution to the American Library Association's definition of hate speech and try to bring some kind of parallel and say, yeah, this is why this guy shouldn't be there because though the First Amendment exists, it's hate speech according to the American Library Association. The two don't even make sense. Non sequitur. Like, are you stupid? Like, what is this? Right? And this is a girl that's a college student. She should be able to make cogent, salient arguments, right, based on reason, logic, and fact. But she can't even do that. And she's sitting here saying, oh, well, yeah, I don't see how, like, him being there will benefit anybody. Yeah, you don't, because people are silenced and can't talk about this. That is precisely why people like me have to go to these universities, which are literally run by purple-haired feminists that are fucking retarded and only look at things through a leftist ideology. I need to come in and provide the pushback because the men that are on campus, or even some of the women that are on campus that agree with my worldview on traditional conservative values, guess what? They can't talk. That is why I'm there, and that's why you don't see it. But the problem with liberals is they're so fucking dumb. They have this gross level of solipsism where they think, okay, if you don't see the world through my lens, fuck you. And no one should not see the world through my lens. But that's precisely the problem and why we have to have dissonant voices like guys like me that come in and say, well, actually, a lot of people don't see the world through your lens. And better yet, they think that your world lens is retarded. And I'm here to tell you that to your face. But the reason why they can't do that is because they understand that progressives control academia. They understand that progressives control the boardrooms. They understand that progressives control a lot of the marketing and the advertiser world. Okay? So people that have different worldviews or different viewpoints simply stay quiet on this topic because liberals cannot actually engage in an intellectual conversation when it comes to ideas, thoughts, mandates, etc. Instead, what they try to do is they silence you. So this is why for the better part of the past 10 to 15 years, there's been an explosion in popularity in conservative content. It has been a valid response to the overrepresentation and mass censorship of the left. Even people that used to be liberals, people like Tim Pool, people like Joe Rogan, etc., they are now considered right-wing. That goes to show you guys how far left we have gone. The Overton window has shifted. And people like this that sit there and say, I don't see a benefit to bringing someone like this on campus, shows and exposes the less hubris and deep level of solipsism. The world revolves around me, and if you don't agree with me, fuck you. Here's the difference. I give my speech, I have a mic right there. Challenge my ideas. The left's not willing to do that. Instead, what a lot of them did, because they're fucking cowards, what they did was, they sat there and heckled me from the side. Ah, loser, ah, misogynist, ah. Okay, get on the mic and let's go ahead and have a discussion. You're a college-educated individual, right? Let's go ahead and have a conversation. They don't want to do it. One guy, showed you guys the video yesterday, literally stayed up all night. What would have I said to him? Yeah, because you know that your worldview's fucked. You know it doesn't make sense. That's why you are not willing to put the rubber to the road and actually have a discussion with someone that is grounded on facts of an opposing worldview that you don't like. Because you've been coddled by living on the college campus. You've been coddled by living in this weird, strange existence where you don't have real adult responsibilities while living on a college campus. The problem with college students, right, and why so many of them are overwhelmingly liberal is because they don't live in the real world, chat. They're in the Disney fucking fairy tale. The average college student's life goes something like this. Wake up at 10 a.m., go to the chow hall, have breakfast, okay? Don't pay for anything, by the way. Then you go to class. Sit there, surfing the web a little bit, listening to a professor lecture. Okay, I got the syllabus. All right, cool, got to do a paper, whatever. Maybe spend about 30 minutes actually paying attention, the other 2 hours fucking off. Then you go to another class, okay? Then you get like a 2-3 hour break, you go get some lunch, go back to your dorm room, take a nap, right? Then you get up again, maybe you got one more class, or you're done for the day. By 2 p.m., you're pretty much finished. What do you do the rest of the day? Crack open the Keystone Lights, yeah! And they start fucking raging, okay? This happens a lot of the times Monday through Friday. And if it doesn't happen Monday through Friday, cool, it happens from Friday all the way to Saturday. The reality is simply this, and I can say this because I went to a fucking prestigious school. I was in college, I was a Division I athlete. I know how you motherfuckers think, okay? You're not gonna pull the wool over my eyes, okay? You're dressed up vernacular and I'm educated, blah, blah. You're all a bunch of fucking retards that drink alcohol, party, and let's be honest, college is an acceptable way to spend 4 years of your life being a fucking degenerate under the pretense of experimenting and getting educated. You're not gonna pull the wool over my eyes, guys. I was a college student too, and I was an athlete. Thank God it kept me away from a lot of stupid shit. But that is the problem. So liberals like that loser that I showed you guys yesterday, heckling me, whatever, they don't want to get on the mic and actually have a discussion because they know that their worldview will absolutely be fucking shattered. Because they know that they don't live in reality being on a fucking college campus. If anything, it's an extremely privileged lifestyle. And then this girl, let's have a real conversation. White women are the most privileged, spoiled, and bratty motherfuckers in America. And I said it. Basically, white women are able to double dip and get the benefits of being Caucasian while simultaneously being able to get the benefits of being a minority because they're a female. By far, the most coddled, spoiled, entitled, whiners in America. By fucking far. They are able to benefit from DEI, from affirmative action, while simultaneously demonizing their white male counterparts as oppressors. And I'm one of the few people that has the balls to call this out. White women are there alongside the fucking blacks. The Indians. The Muslims. The Asians. They're right there alongside them saying, yeah, you're so oppressed by white people, but not us. It's the white man. Ah, yeah, blame him. I see it all. Because what these college students don't understand is that I'm from New England. I speak your language. I wore the Sperry boat shoes too. I wore the polos, okay? I got Nantucket shorts somewhere in my closet. I know how you guys think. I know how you guys operate. You're not going to fool me with the academia and the college degree and the background, all this other bullshit that college universities indoctrinate our young people with. So you ain't going to win. And her making this argument, right, about hate speech literally exposes her privilege, because she's lived such a fucking coddled life that she has not had her worldview challenged. And she had the opportunity to actually challenge my worldviews. I opened the mic to anyone that wanted to go there and have a discussion. But once again, like I've always said, the left doesn't like to talk to the right. They would rather silence them. Now, with that said, don't get it twisted. Conservatives push for censorship too. A lot of them are bitch-ass niggas as well. Don't get it twisted. But if you're pro-censorship on the right, you will deal with the consequences. Look at Ben Shapiro. Daily Wire is going fucking down because they decided to silence Candace Owens. On the left, they don't go fuck. They are pro-censorship to a ridiculous degree. And they use bullshit terms like hate speech, bigotry, misogyny, racism, anti-Semitism, right? Some bullshit ism to rationalize their censorship, like this girl's doing right now. And the fact that this is coming from a white girl, the most privileged of all classes in the United States, makes it even funnier.